everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So this is my madness here, my cluster process madness, and I wanted to show you guys just the whole process of what I do and how I get my clusters ready. And this is just a mesh of all my fabrics and some, laces and different things. And so I want to show you. The other day I did these chunky burlap mini journals with you guys, and I showed you how to make it. I showed you how to make this one. So I got a little set here, and I think they turned out so cute. So if you guys want to see this video on how I show you how to make it step by step, I'll put it in the right hand corner. You come check it out. And I asked you guys if you would like to see, I think I have more in this one. If you'd like to see how I make my little clusters here. So I got just little clusters. This is a great little journal to sew down clusters and, put things in. And we even put a little bit of felt up here to stick your needles in. So you can have your needle all ready. Oops. And you just stick it in like that. Oh, it just pops right in. There we go. Well, now that I'm on camera, it's not going to work. There we go. So you just pop it in and you have your needle ready. And then I got a bunch of clusters here that I've already sat and did some. So I'm going to show you guys the process of how I get these together today and how I put them together. So you can see here, just different ones. Fun little things. You go through your scraps and just start sewing, And it's got little pockets, so it's perfect to keep these in. And then I'll show you how I pop them down into the journal. And these are great that you could just take them and take your little stitch ripper. It's just a little stitch ripper. And if you want to use, this one, you just come here and just pop out the stitch in the back and take that out and it's ready to use. So you could just put it into your junk journal or your little tag or whatever you're using. And these are just great little snippet journals pretty much. You can keep all your little snippets in it and your little clusters and things like that. So I want to show you guys my process today. So I hope you guys are having a crafty day today and getting out all your fabrics. And I mean, papers apply too. You can throw your papers in there, any kind of little thing. Like this is one of my ruffles here. And I got some deli paper that I just incorporated into it. So you could just incorporate any kind of paper and do the same concept, really. Okay, so what I did want to start off with you guys is I want to make some ruffles. So I went through. These are all this is just my iron. When I bought my iron, I kept the box. And this is just all my fabrics here. Plumb full here. Just all the scraps. And then these are the coffee dyed, tea dyed kind of fabrics and laces and different things like that I go through, and ropes, like little cotton ropes and stuff. So that's some stuff I sort through, and some yarns. Just different things like that. And I got little piles here, but I want to start off with doing some ruffles. So what I'm going to do is take it over to my sewing machine and put it in and set the foot down on top, and then all you got to do is fold it like that, sew it, and then you fold it and then sew it. And it's just like that as you go along. And you just keep folding it and sewing it like that. And then it will make a nice little ruffle for you. So I'm going to go over and try to get some of these done. I got jean. I decided to go ahead and incorporate some lighter color fabrics because I think that would look nice. Because I have all my tea dyed and coffee dyed, so this is a nice contrast. This is just a little piece of cotton fabric, and it's pretty long. But I figured that would be a fun ruffle, and then I'm able to just grab it and use it when I need to. And this is just the end part of the fabric, so you get the little fluffy frayed edge here. So those are always fun to do and use on to make ruffles with. This is more of the end of the fabric. So those are great to use. And of course the jean, and then I love using the end, so I always keep the end part of fabrics because I sit and I love to make the ruffles and stuff with them. And then this is Rit dyed. I dyed it with my Rit, and I've showed you guys, but it's Rit dye, and it's a liquid, and it's great for fabrics, or I dye papers. It's a concentrate, so you mix it with water, and then you can you know, spritz. You could spritz your papers, and for journaling and stuff like that. You could dye all kinds of stuff with it. So I always use that, and I went ahead and dyed this with it, which turned out really cool. And I did the same with the lace and stuff here. So there we go. So this is some of the things I'm going to take over, and I will come back and show you the end process. I also wanted to show you guys, if you guys don't like the width of it, you can also snip it and rip it, just like that. So that's one thing you could do, and then go ahead and do a ruffle with that width. And same with this one. So you just snip it and rip it. There we go. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. All right, so I got all these sewn, and I will show you real quick. So I did different kinds of, I did different color threads and different kinds of stitches, just to make it interesting and fun. So on this one I did white thread, and I think I just did a zigzag, and then a little bit different down here, so you can see. So they're a little bit different. Okay, so that's white. I did tan. I think that turned out pretty cool. You see the different stitching. And then just for funsies, I did rainbow. I like my rainbow thread. So I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. So yeah, so the different stitches. And I just kept them in a ruffle form. So you could see just different stitching. Because I'm just going to cut little snippets off of each one when I'm doing clusters and stuff. So it's kind of nice to have them all ready. I think those turned out cool like that. They look like little rainbows. Okay. So there's different stitching on that one. Then I did black. I really like the way this one turned out with the fluffy little bits on the bottom here. So you can see. So just do different stitching and stuff. Just pretty fun. And I did some jean. I did straight stitch on those. And I love all the threads that are sticking out and stuff, because that just gives it more character. And I think that one turned out really cool. And then I went ahead and added some paper to it. It's some deli paper. And I just put that in the middle there. So yeah, add paper to it or just do paper. It's the same concept, and you just make ruffles with it. So there we go. Okay, so I got those, and then the way I can store them is I just take them. Here, which one do I want to start with? And this is just a cork, a wine cork. And I'm just gonna make sure I'm going the right way here. But I'm just gonna put it down like that and wrap it around. just like that. And then just have a couple of, you know, corks. Once this one gets full, you can move to your next one. But here, I'll show you. So I just wrap it, which it makes them look kind of cool just by themselves. It's kind of neat. So I just do this just because it's fun. I have a big old box of them I got at Goodwill of different wine corks. And I'm always finding something to do with them. But I think this is fun. And then once you get full as you want on it, I mean, you can keep going. Just take your needle here. And you can just pop this through. Just like that. Trying to poke it all the way through. I don't want to poke myself, but there you go. And you can have your little needle. You can even do it like sideways like that. Just however you want to do it, just to stop it. And you got your little clusters. I think it's so much fun. And then you can just set them up and have them ready to go and grab. So that's one way to store them. Or you could just take them and you don't need to have a wine cork. You could just go like this and twist it around and keep going, you know, and then add the next one and, you know, so on and so forth. I just thought it was fun to put it around a wine cork. I think it looks cute. Okay, so there's that. And now I will show you guys just a little cluster real quick. Just a quick idea. So now you got your little snippets, and just cut one off. Put those over to the side. And you just start building it up. However you want. Okay, so I'm just going to take some stuff here and just do little rips like that. Add some things on it. However you want to do it. So just put it there. And I wanted to show you guys how I make the little flowers on here. I think they're really fun. Like how I do those. Like that. It's the same concept, but I'm going to show you guys how I do that. Which you could just take a... this is some just coffee dyed rope, cotton rope that I have. And I'm just going to take a couple of strands here. And what I do is twist it. So you just twist it and twist it and just keep twisting it until it turns, you know, does those little twists like that. And then that can be one petal. And then you just twist it and make another petal just like that. And then come over to the other side and do the same thing. So it's that easy. You just take it and just twist it like that. And then it'll start making little like petals like that. Or it kind of reminds you of a flower, you know. Yeah, I like to sit and just watch TV and stuff and do some stitching and just hand stitching, and I was like, well, what can I do with these? Something different. And I just started twisting it. And I'm like, well, that looks like a flower. So I went with it. So sometimes, you know, you just sit and mess around with stuff and just see what it wants to do for you. But that's pretty much what I did. It's just like that. And then you just keep twisting and twisting until you get what you want. So it looks like a fun little flower. And then what we got here, I'm just taking my embroidery thread and I just kind of stacked it up like I wanted it, just like this. I usually do about 3, maybe 4 pieces, depending, you know, just to do little clusters here. And I just make sure I'm going through all of it at the same time. And you could do different decorations, like you could go through here I mean, you could just do whatever you want, you know, and you could just go back and forth. And there we go. See how you just kind of, you can just fill in the blanks or just do, you know, whatever. And you can even come over here. And then there we go. So just do that. And it's always nice to keep a bunch of threads. Like I always keep all my threads because they make great clusters for sure. Let's see, I'll show you an example. Like this. So I made these little flower clusters, and I can put that in the right hand top corner if you guys want to see how to make these. And like you can use your threads behind a button or whatever, you know, you can use them just to throw in for a cluster, and they just do, I love them. I love using threads because you can incorporate them throughout, and they're great to have. So keep those for sure. Okay, we can even try here, just to give it a little bit. Take the same blue here, and I just take it and kind of get some individual pieces. And I like my rainbow thread. And you could go like this and just kind of nest it, make it like a little nest. And then take your other piece that you worked on. You can put it right on top. So it just gives it a little bit more interest there. And then we can pop that down. So for this, I like to use my Fabrifix glue, which is right here. And I have, in my Amazon links down below, I'll have the Fabrifix if you guys want to come check it out. So let's see. Let's pop a little glue right here. And it should soak through all of it. I just kind of press it down. What catches, catches. So this is just a stress-free, you know, no freaking out about anything that doesn't work. You just try something else. And this is just something to sit down and relax and, you know, watch your favorite program and just sit and make a bunch of them. And then, so it's just fun. So it's just a fun little, I mean, we got some dyed fabrics with some fun painty papers I did with you guys on deli paper, which if you want to see how to do that, I put that in the right hand corner if you want to check it out. And so I incorporated that because I kept the scraps, and then some lace, and then just some fabrics. I mean, I'm sure you guys have some fabrics hanging around, and you could do the same concept with paper, the exact same thing. Maybe not the flower part of it, you know, stuff like that, but you can, you know, incorporate however you want. Do a pretty, cut out a pretty flower or something on your paper, and then just put that there and glue it down, and just, you know, whatever you got, just get your scraps out, you know. That is the fun part. Okay, so I got my needle threaded here, and let's take our little cluster snippets, whatever you want to call it, and go through our book and see where we want to put it down, because I'll use that for later. And I'm just going to take it and just do a stitch, you know, nothing too serious. I'm just going to pop, actually, maybe better go this way. Let's go this way. I'm gonna pop a stitch up through it, like that, and then I just want to tack it in here. Okay. Just want to tack it down. So you just do a, you know, doesn't even have to be a crazy tie down, just, you know, enough where it's not going to fall out of your journal every time you open it. But you want to make it loose enough too where you can get underneath it with your stitch ripper and cut it out, you know, because it's really easy just to take, I couldn't find my stitch ripper. Oh, there it is. I thought it was in my pile. So that's all you got to do, and then you could just take your little, or even little scissors if you got some sharp scissors, and then just boop, and just cut it right off, and you got yourself a cluster to work with. So this is a nice just little snippet journal, cluster journal, I mean, whatever you want to call it. And then you got little pockets to put everything in. And I got pockets back here just to have extra fabrics and stuff that I want to play with. You know, if I'm on the road or traveling or something, and then you just put your little needle here just to have it for later, and you're ready to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. Keep on crafting.